Hi guys, welcome to Firefly Yoga with me Maria. So today we're going to practice a lovely little sequence. If you have a block to sit on, a yoga block, then come over to your mat and we're just going to sit on our block with our legs crossed. If you haven't got a yoga block, you can always use some folded blankets, or you can use a couple of cushions. Equally, if you find crossing your legs uncomfortable, then do just straddle a cushion or a pillow. So we're going to start by doing a very simple breathing technique. So in our normal day life, we just take these little shallow breaths. We're not thinking about breathing, this just happens naturally for us. So we're going to have a little play around with the breath this morning. So take your right hand and just place it on your chest, and take your left hand and just place it on your tummy. And what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in for one breath, nice and slow. So through the nose, we're just going to breathe in, and then we're going to breathe out. Now we're going to breathe in for two, so 1, 2, so count of 2. Now let's slowly breathe out for a count of 2. Nice and controlled. Now let's breathe in for 3. And exhale for a count of 3. Let's breathe in for a count of 4. And exhale for a count of 4. You guessed it, breathe in for a count of 5. And breathe out for a count of 5. Again, breathe in for a count of 5. Exhale for a count of 5. Now let's go down to 4. So breathe in for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 4. Breathe in for a count of 3. Exhale for a count of 3. Inhale for a count of 2. Exhale for a count of 2. Inhale for a count of 1. And exhale for a count of 1. One more deep breath in. Inhale in the love. And exhale. So let's take our hands to our knees. So how did that feel for you? So that is just playing around with the breath. So you just go with the flow. And this is great when you're meditating. So if you ever feel a bit anxious and you feel like you need to just take some quiet time out, find a little spot and then just work on the breath. And you can go all the way up to 10. And then when you're up to 10, work all the way back down to a count of 1. And that, I suppose that could be about 5 minutes, and that's a great little meditation tip. Just working on the breath, thinking about, your inner thoughts, and just, letting everything go. So let's come off of the block, and we are going to take our right arm up. Let's take our left hand just to the side of us with our fingers pointing out to the side, and we're just going to stretch up and take a little twist. Be careful with the neck, and we'll just hold it here so I can feel a lovely stretch in the side of my body here. So this is a lovely simple little stretch, and then let's change sides. So we'll take the other arm down, reaching up the left, and just inhale. As you exhale, you just very gently try to twist a tiny bit more. Try not to take the neck round too much. That feels really, really nice, really nice. And then we'll just shake the shoulders, shrug them up and down. That's nice. Roll the shoulders back. Roll the shoulders forward. So you want to feel like you're grounding down. You want to feel like your bottom is really connected with the floor, okay, or with your mat. So the next move we're going to do is we're going to take our hands and we're going to interlace them and take them to the back of our head. Okay, so try and elongate the spine, sit up nice and tall, and then we're going to inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to bring your elbows forward and just roll forward. So you're kind of arching your back now. You're pulling your tummy in. So pulling your navel to your back. And then we're going to inhale. Stretching up nice and tall. Bringing the elbows as far back as you can, opening the heart space, trying to make sure that your knees aren't lifting up, so you're pushing down with your knees, so making sure that you're not coming out of this cross-legged position. And let's do that once more. So as we exhale, you're rounding over, taking the navel to the back of the spine, bringing the elbows forward. Inhale again. And you're opening up like a lotus flower, opening the petals, taking your gaze up. Be careful of your neck. That feels nice, doesn't it? And then we're going to release the arms, roll the shoulders again. And then just take the head from side to side very gently. And then maybe take the chin to chest. And then up. And back down again. And come back to centre. So we're now going to take our legs out in front. Our feet are about hip distance apart, and we are going to just take our fingertips to the back of the room, and then I want you to drop your knees over to the right hand side, taking your head in the opposite direction. So you want to engage your core when you're doing this. And if you do have a block or a cushion and you feel you might need to place your knee on the block or the cushion, then you can do that. You need to be working these hips down, okay? And then inhale. Exhale, we're going to take the knees, so you're just dropping them down. And then you're taking your head to the other direction. your head's going in the other direction to your knees. I can feel that in my hips. It's not an awful feeling, it feels quite nice actually. You know, if you ever get that pain where you just think, oh, it's just far too much, like I say, you can put the block there. Equally, if you've got 2 blocks, you can put one here. You can use cushions as well. So let's come back to the centre, and now we're going to put our feet together, and we are going to take our hands to the back of the room again. Inhale, opening the chest, just allowing the shoulders to come back. You can close your eyes if it feels nice, and then just take your head back. Be careful if you've got neck problems. And then bring your head up. Bring your knees back together and then just come forward. I can feel a lovely stretch in my back now. This feels good. So we're going to do a sun salutation now. So what I want you to do is use your fingertips to push yourself onto your toes, and then you're very slowly, you're going to roll up. Before you completely roll up, keep your knees bent and see if you can make a nice flat back. So your eye gaze is just coming in front of you. So you're keeping that neck nice and long. Your knees are bent. Then inhale. As you exhale, just fall down like a rag doll. And if it feels good, you can rock from side to side. I'm getting a lovely stretch in my lower back here and in my sides. You might want to stretch one leg out and then stretch the other leg. And then you're going to inhale and then come up to a flat back again with your legs stretched out now. So inhale. Always make sure your hands are either above your knees or below. And then bend the knees, just come down, and then take your hands and walk them all the way up your thighs. So we're going to do a sun salutation. There are many forms of sun salutations, and I'm going to show you one today, which is a really nice one. So we're going to start with our feet under our hips, and I want you to bring your hands into prayer with your thumbs coming up to your third eye. So your thumbs are pressing very lightly between your eyebrows. And what we're going to do now is I want you to very slightly just turn your toes out a tiny bit. So I'm just going to show you what we're doing. So we're here. Okay, and when we inhale, as we exhale, you're going to come down, okay, and then your hands will come inside your feet. So it's a bit like doing a Hindi squat. Okay, so come to the front edge of your mat. Your feet are hip distance apart, but your toes are slightly pointing out. Hands into prayer, thumbs just between the third eye, just between your eyebrows. Inhale. And as you exhale, you come down, taking your hands in the inside thigh, bringing your right leg back, knee down, toes down. Okay, so you're here. Your hands are in the inside of the left foot. Okay, and now we're going to take that left arm up for a twist. So you're going to come round here, bringing that arm up. If your arm is hurting for any reason, your shoulder, you can always take your arm, place it behind your back. So come back to centre. Now you want one hand at each side of the left foot. You're going to come back into plank, so tuck the toe and come back into plank. So we're holding it here, so you're pushing back in the heels. So you're now engaging your abs. If the plank is too much, you can always do plank on your knees. So let's hold it here. And now I want you to come onto your knees, bring your feet together, coming back into child's posture. So try and get your bottom onto your feet, onto your heels. So I find if I walk my hands backwards, then my hands engage with the mat, and it gently pushes my bottom back on my heels. Of course, if this is too much, you can put your head onto fists and just hold it here. So let's come back up into the box position, closing our knees, coming back up into our plank. And now either knees down, chin and chest, or the full chaturanga, come all the way down, releasing the toes. And now we're going to come up into Sphinx pose. So you're up here. So if you've ever seen one of these Egyptian programs or a film where you've got the Sphinx, and that's the shape we're making. So the shoulders and the elbows are aligned, and you're just up here. So you're getting a nice stretch in the back. Try not to arch the head back, just look forward. And then exhale back down to the mat. Push yourself back up, tuck the toes, and you're going to come back up into your down facing dog. We're our first of our down facing dogs actually. Inhaling all the time. You might like to walk the dog, get some movement here. Always moving around. Feels good. And now we need to bring that right leg through, knee down, toes down. So we're now twisting to the right hand side. So you've got the right leg forward, you've got your left hand at the side of the foot. You're twisting to the side. If you need to take that arm down the back, you can. Bring the hand back down. Tuck the toe. Come into your forward fold. You can do your forward fold with your legs bent. And then we're going to inhale. Come in all the way up. And bringing the hands back down. So let's do that on our left leg now. So nice and slow. Do that again. So remember, your feet are hip distance apart, then slightly turn the toes out. You're engaging your abs, engaging the thighs. Inhale, bringing your hands into prayer. And then place the thumbs at your third eye, just between the eyebrows. You're going to inhale, and as you exhale, you come down. The hands come inside the feet. This time, left leg back. Okay? So your left leg has gone back. You've got your right foot here. Your left hand is at the side of the right foot, and you're bringing the right arm up. Whew, hair in my mouth. So always breathe in slowly, in through the nose and out through the nose. Let's bring the hand down. So now you want to take the hand, so you've got one hand either side of your foot. You're tucking the toes, you're coming back into plank. Hold your plank. Nice and strong. Gentle. Breathe in here. Remember, you can do the plank on the knees if you need to. And now we're coming back into that child's pose. So release the toes. And like I say, move these hands back. Open the knees a little bit. And then inhale, exhale. Bring your forehead down to the mat. If you feel like your bum's lifted up, then push your palms into the mat. So you're pushing your bottom back to your heels. And if you need to take your hands on top of two fists, if this feels more comfortable. It's a lovely, relaxing pose. Inhale, exhale, and let's come up onto all fours. So bring in the knees. You're coming back into your plank. So you're here. Of course, you know you can do plank on your knees. And now we're coming down into chaturanga. So you can either knees down, chin and chest, or if you can, come down lovely and slowly to the mat, releasing the toes, bring the hands forward a little bit, coming up into Sphinx. So just make sure your eye gaze is coming just in front of you. I'm just going to hold it here. If you're finding this is a little bit too much for your lower back, you can always just come here, placing your palm on top of your hand and just be here. As long as you're engaging your bottom, which is going to protect your back, very gently just pulling in the abs. So we're here in our Sphinx. And now we're going to come back into our down facing dog. So if we push our bottom up, coming up into the box, and then back into our down facing dog. So I always like to move around when I'm in all of my positions, my postures. Just feels nice to just rock around and get, you know, come up onto your toes, movement and stretching out different parts. And I tell you what else I find is a lovely thing to do when you're in the down facing dog. Let me just move forward a little bit. I don't want to kick my cupboard there. Is you bring up your right leg and then imagine writing the number 8 with your knee. You've got lots of movement in the hip here. You do it nice and slow, and it just brings some movement into them hips. Just bring that right leg down. Let's take up the left. So you slightly bend the knee, and you start drawing a figure of 8 with your knee. I don't know why, but my jaw does the same. If I'm writing a figure of 8 with my knee, my jaw's moving around. I look like a camel. chomping on something. That's lovely. It's quite strong in the arms. That's nice. We're going to build strength. So hold it here. And then we're going to come down onto our knees. Just sit back on our heels. Whew, that was nice. And then we'll take our hands to the back, just very gently opening up the heart space. Okay. So that was a different way of doing the sun salutation, and I will start introducing some other ways of doing sun salutations in my videos that will be coming up. So now we are going to, what are we going to do? Let's have a think. Let's have a lay down. Let's have a nice lay down. So very gently, we'll just come all the way back. So take your hands to the side and we're just very gently going to roll back. Before you hit the mat, let's come back up. Protecting the neck as you do this. So you want to roll down, rolling chin to chest, inhale and come all the way up. Okay, so rolling, roll your shoulders, rolling in, and then inhale, chest up. Let's do one more of those. Come all the way back, keeping the abs strong, your feet are connected to the mat. Inhale. And then let's roll all the way back and up. So we're massaging the spine here. And this is what I love about yoga. You know, when you practice by yourself, I mean, I hope it doesn't come across that I just make this up as I go along. But literally, you know, your body feels like it needs to be doing something. And that's why when you practice, when you learn to practice by yourself, let's come all the way down to the mat now, you'll just instantly feel like you need to do something, and you'll go into a pose, or you'll take a pose and you'll change it. And I just love it. Love, 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 love yoga. So whilst we're here, let's bring our hands up to our knees and then place your feet together. And now I just want you to imagine like a bit of a rowing action. So you're just opening and closing your knees, your feet together. You know, I just feel like today I need to move my hips. Just feel very, very stiff in the lower back and in the hips. So I'm just making circles. I'm making like a rowing action. And then I'm going to go back the other way. So there goes the jaw again. My mouth just wants to follow what my knees are doing. Why is that? It's just weird. I'll keep talking. There we go. That feels nice on my lower back as well. That's really nice. I'm going to bring my feet close to my bottom. I'm going to lift up through my back. So my lower back is lifted up now. My feet are hip distance apart and my palms are connected with the mat. So I can feel heat in my thighs. My thighs are working, they're engaged. And if you want to come up even more, you can take your hands up underneath your back. So you're kind of holding your back up, and that does feel really comfortable. If you get it right, you're up high on your elbows. This feels good. And then I'm just going to walk my feet back together a little bit, and then I'm going to take up one leg. So I'm taking up my right leg here, bringing my knee in, and then bring that down, bringing up the left. You might want to roll the ankle and then bring the knee in. Take the leg up, knee in. Bring that leg back down. Nice deep breath in and out. So you can stay up longer when you're holding yourself up, which is quite nice and relaxing. Just release the hands and then just come all the way back down. Maybe we'll just grab behind the legs. So either grab behind your hamstrings, or you can take your hands to your shins and just roll from side to side. So this has been a nice relaxing practice, although you know, you needed strength to do this. It's not an easy practice to do. We've held positions for quite a while. So let's just take our feet to the mat, arms into T shape. Let's just drop the knees to the right hand side. I love this posture. This is one of my favourite postures. I do this a lot. And I think the reason I do this a lot is because in my normal day-to-day job, I'm a carer, and I really, you know, you're using your back a lot when you're in care, and I've been doing care now for many years, and so my back is always tight, and I just find that is a really lovely release for it. There's no pressure when you're doing that. So we're going to come now and turn over. So let's grab our legs and let's roll up again. Okay, so we're back up. So we're going to practice a relaxation posture called the crocodile pose, Makasana. Different ways of doing it. So I'm going to show you. So it's a pose for deep relaxation for your shoulders and your spine. It relieves back pain, relieves tension in the body and the mind. And this asana will also turn your mind inwards. So it's very good at calming you down and preventing anxiety. So if you've got any pre-existing back conditions, or you know, in fact you have got a back condition, then please just do Savasana, which is just where you're lying on the mat. So for me, like I said, because I've worked a lot this week, my back feels a bit stiff. So even though it's stiff, I do feel like I need to strengthen it and work it and release it and relax it and just do everything to help my back. So let's come on to our bellies. So I'm going to show you the easy version, which is just lovely. So you're just placing your palm on top of your hand, like so. Your elbows come out to the side of the mats, and you just place your head down. So your forehead is on your hands. And you're taking in lovely long deep breaths. Now, because you are laying on your tummy, your abdomen is being a little bit squished. So you really have to be mindful of taking a full breath in. When you take this full breath in, you'll notice that obviously when you take a full breath in, your tummy is going to raise like a balloon. And that in effect will give your back a little arch. So it's like a bit of a massage in your back. The other way of doing this posture is where you place your head in your hands. So you come up onto your elbows are in a comfortable position, your shoulders are relaxed, and you make like a kind of lotus flower with your hands, and you place your head in your hands, and then you just relax. So I think I'm going to do both positions. So I'm just going to stay here for a sec. And for me, I'm not feeling any pressure. My back is very, very relaxed when I'm doing this. I don't even feel like I'm using my arms, even though you know, you can see I'm up on my arms. My muscles aren't engaged, not feeling any heat in the muscles. My head's lovely and relaxed. Got a slight, you know, I've got an arch in my neck, but because I don't have neck problems, this feels fine for me. And then I need to just be a bit more mindful about my breath. So maybe breathing in for a count of 4. And then exhaling for a slow count of 8. And I'm just about starting to feel that my back, you know, I've just noticed, oh yeah, I can feel my back now. And actually the back of my neck, oh yes. Yeah, it's popped into my mind. So I'm going to come lower now. And I'm going to take my head to my hands. So my forehead is on my top hand. And I can feel that, you know, a little, I don't know how to explain it. I can feel that I'm now relaxing my neck and I'm relaxing my back. It felt good at first being up that high, but then I become aware of it. And I think once you become aware of it, then you're not actually relaxed in that position. So now I'm just laying here. And of course, if you need to put your head on a blanket, that's absolutely fine to lay in this position. This is actually good for us girls as well. When you're premenstrual, this will massage your abdomen. So as you're breathing and your tummy is pushing against the mat, it's giving your your tummy and all your bits and bobs that are aching when we're premenstrual. Gives it a lovely massage. So we're taking one nice long deep breath to finish. So let's breathe in for a count of 4 through our nose. And then out for a count of 8, nice and slowly. And then in your own time, we'll just turn ourselves over. And if you've got high blood pressure, roll over to the left, otherwise come over to the right. I really enjoyed that. And then we'll push ourselves up. So I hope you enjoyed this lovely practice. Please, if you're liking my videos, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I will see you very soon on the mat. Enjoy your day or your evening. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.